And welcome back to the second half hour, The Factor Uncensored. Now, according to InnerBody.com, a vast majority of people are dating someone within their political party. 86% of Democrats are dating other Democrats, and 84% of Republicans are dating other Republicans. However, with the political climate that we're in, tensions are rising within relationships. And joining us on The Factor Uncensored tonight, we have with us Dr. Warren Farrell, a PhD in political science and a seasoned couples coach, who is also a New York Times bestseller, including the new book that's out, Role Mate to Soulmate: The 7 Secrets of Lifelong Love. Glad to have you here. The political atmosphere that we're in here in America is very divisive, and people are finding it very difficult to get along. And you found some interesting statistics out there that included dating going down between Republicans and Democrats, and even college roommates picking their roommates based on their political leanings. How did we get here?
Well, we got here because, well, historically speaking, when people hear criticism, they oftentimes get defensive because they think criticism is going to be an enemy. And so the best way to handle an enemy is to get up your defenses or to kill the enemy before the enemy kills you. And so that's part of our biological heritage. And so when we take that over, but in our love, it was functional for survival. It's just dysfunctional for love. But it's when I talk to people in my workshop, or when I work with people in my workshop, they all say they do have problems handling personal criticism, especially from a loved one, without becoming defensive. And so my first job in the Role Mate to Soulmate work was to teach people how to do that. And the way to do that is you set aside one time per week where you're hearing your partner's concern or your criticism. And then before you hear that, you meditate into an altered state. So you're changing your biological state. So one altered state is what I call the love guarantee, one meditation. And the person about ready to hear the concern says, if I provide a safe environment for your concern, and no matter how I think you're exaggerating it, no matter what your tone of voice, if I provide that environment for you, you'll feel safer, you'll feel more loved by me, and therefore you will feel more love for me. So when I taught the couples to do that over a 30-year period and really practice that first, I call that a caring and sharing time, that they set aside 1 hour per week to be able to hear each other's perspectives on that. But that has to come after feeling appreciated first. So I teach them how to be very specific about how they appreciate somebody.
And really quick, Dr. Farrell, before you continue on, let me ask you this. What about the age-old rule that we've had? When you come here, don't talk politics, don't talk religion. Does that still not work? Are we at a different time where people won't respect that? Those politics, whatever they may believe politically, will still come up.
It will usually still come up. And so normally speaking, I'd say before, I developed this Role Mate to Soulmate method, I'd say, yeah, to stay away from politics and religion, as a topic. But it's wonderful when you can hear your colleague, your friend, and you can provide a safe environment for them to share what's inside of them, because your politics and religion are also your values. It's also what you care about. And so why take a family member or a friend or even a colleague at work and cut them off from feeling heard about the things that really motivate them inside of themselves? So this is the end of the cut off your family members or cut off your friends from hearing them. But before you hear them, you really have to, the techniques that I talk about in the Role Mate to Soulmate book are far more in depth than this, but one really needs to study those first, so you're able to provide a safe environment for people that you disagree with. It's what I call going from civil war to civil dialogue.
Now, many of us have to work on ourselves, and if you're open to having that conversation with a significant other, family member, or friend, how do you keep yourself from boiling over? You can say everything you said using your advice, but if you're boiling inside at every political rant that they're on, and you're hot and you can't control it, how do you control it to have that peace of mind and that evenness that you're talking about?
You tell the person you're about to listen to that when you start to begin to lose it, you'll say the word hold. And then you'll recenter yourself to get back to a place where you've gone over one of the 6 mindsets that I offer and see which one works best for you, like the respect guarantee. And then so the person knows that they will feel safe, that they will be safe because you will take responsibility for just saying hold and recentering yourself so that they know that that they won't be sharing while you are self-listening. I also teach couples or to family members or colleagues to be able to focus on making sure that they are handling that they are not doing something that I call self-listening, which is listening to themselves build up their arguments while their friend or their colleague is talking. And the second you find yourself self-listening or taking notes to be, I can take notes and get back at the type of thing. The second you find yourself doing that or wanting to do that, you say hold and get yourself centered again. And if it's too much and you say, this is too much for me now, let's come back to this again when I let the heat go down.
All right. Dr. Warren Farrell, who is a political science and author, and he has a new book out right now called Role Mate to Soulmate, The 7 Secrets of Lifelong Love. We appreciate your time and thank you for dropping by The Factor Uncensored tonight, sir.
Absolutely. It's a really pleasure talking to you.